Hey guys, here we go into a breakdown of what was a beautiful performance and excellent, true boxing from Yordenis Ugas against Manny Pacquiao. Now, we talked about it in the pre-fight build-up about how this was going to be a very, very difficult fight for Pacquiao, and it was. It was a very difficult fight for him, and he got kind of dominated. Now, we're going to talk about how it kind of played out, and I want to kind of show this clip here. Pacquiao had a very difficult time closing the distance between him and Ugas because, well, Ugas is really tall, but Ugas also had a lot of lead hand control. He had a lot of control of the space between him and Pacquiao, and Pacquiao didn't know how to get around that lead hand without punching, okay? His feinting game was very, very lackluster in this fight, and it gave Ugas a lot of control over him. As you can see, Ugas able to bait these counters from him, and I want to touch on this little clip right here. Look at how Pacquiao, when he shoots his lead left hand or his left hand, he bounces on that front foot right there, okay? That's going to be a problem. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but here he is. Pacquiao's not countering the jab, and Ugas is going to play with it because Pacquiao's not having any success, right? And this is in the first round right after that counter right there, and then Ugas is already starting to land his jab here. And Ugas had an excellent jab in this fight, and Pacquiao, again, he did not have an excellent jab in this fight. His jab got dominated right here on this double jab here. This was his main source of closing the distance here. This was his best opportunity to close the distance. And Ugas was able to shut it down many, many, many times with body shots here. He's going to counter it to the face here with a lead right hand there. And then controlling Manny Pacquiao, keeping him off the front foot, not allowing him to get that lead foot dominance, not allowing him to get those sneaky left hands in on him, right? And controlling the space. And then again, when he uses that double jab, Ugas was very good at breaking that pendulum up, stopping Manny Pacquiao's rhythm, and then keeping him from being able to come forward. Now, Pacquiao, again, using a lot of pendulum steps, right? A lot of very advanced footwork. And normally people think Pacquiao has really good footwork, but I'm in the camp to believe that his footwork is a little bit lacking, okay? He's fast and he gets away with a lot, but again, he's not really closing the distance very well here. And I want to bring your attention to, not this, him getting punched in the face, but how he leaps on that front foot here and then gets countered. Boom, again. A lot of people think that it's really good to pivot off the front foot in the Southpaw Orthodox matchup or in any matchup, but you're leaving your head in one of the most vulnerable places on the line, and it's the closest to your opponent. And Pacquiao's getting smacked right here. Now, he's going to get countered here to the body, doing the same thing, and then doing the same thing again, getting countered to the body, getting countered all kinds of different ways, pivoting on the front foot again. Ugas did a masterful job isolating Manny Pacquiao to the back half of his line, keeping him off the front foot and kind of attacking him, right, and countering him a lot. Now, Pacquiao with that footwork, again, he has the overpropensity to be leaping forward here. And again, each time he gets his way to the front foot, okay, he's going to shoot the one, he's going to shoot the two, both missing, right? Then he shoots the kind of pendulum right cross. And he has that habit of bringing that left leg to the inside of the line and stepping across his opponent's line and walking into a huge body shot right here, right on Pacquiao. Now he's going to do the same thing here, missing both of these shots here, over penduluming again, always keeping his weight going forward. And then, oh, this is the clip that I thought we were going to watch. Him shooting that same shot. And look at what happens when he brings his weight forward. Look at how his left leg starts swinging into the middle of the lane, right? And this puts him squared, and then it puts him in an orthodox position where he's going to start eating punches. Now here, he's going to do that same technique here, right? And he's jumping forward with that cross. And notice, he misses that cross, but his rear leg right now is crossing Ugas' line right now, and it's coming forward, and it's going from back here to over here across Ugas' line, and Ugas is going to hit him with a punch there, and a punch there. He hits him with a three-piece combo. Boom, boom, boom. Again, because Manny Pacquiao over pendulums, and he doesn't have the proper footwork to use that pendulum step properly. Now again, Ugas had an awesome jab in this fight, and he dominated Pacquiao's jab. And for some reason, Pacquiao was really interested in shooting his jab from the back foot and allowing Ugas to get lead foot dominance. Again, shooting that jab from the back foot and getting the inside. Now, the last thing that Ugas did really, really, really well in this fight, and we talked about it in the pre-fight again, this was Pacquiao's nightmare punch. It's the lead right hand, or just any right hand from a southpaw, because of the fact that he doesn't get his weight to the front foot to block punches. He tries to block them kind of in the middle of his line. And as you can see here, his head is here, and he brings his glove to the right place, but he doesn't bring his head to the right place. He doesn't bring his head to his heel, knee, head here, so that his head and his face would be guarded by that punch, right? Or by that arm, right? And that's one of the problems that he has with his defense, as we can see here. He's trying to block a punch that he should be slipping to the front foot to catch, but he's trying to do it with a kind of front guard, and he's leaving a huge hole right here on the side. And as you can see, he even makes like a last-minute turn to try and make the proper adjustment, right? And this is like a recognition that the mechanics are there, right? But he just doesn't have the boxing IQ, the knowledge to block punches or to understand that that's the position, right? And again, that's a problem that he's had throughout his entire career. And again, here he is, turning away from it, but not getting his weight to the front foot, right? Not really able to close that distance or close that hole because he's not actually slipping to the front foot. Again, his arm is kind of going forward, his head is kind of going back, and his weight is kind of twisting this way, right? It's rotating, but he's not changing positions, okay? And it causes him to eat those punches, as we can see here, over and over and over again, making the fight not for any particularly good reason, other than that this was a lot of Yordenis Ugas' biggest strengths. It made this a breakout performance for Yordenis Ugas. Someone who hasn't been getting his close fights, who hasn't been getting the credit he deserves for, the Sean Porter fight, which he obviously won as well. But fantastic performance from Ugas. Great job not being shell-shocked, not finding himself hidden in the moment behind how he feels about Pacquiao or whatever. Fantastic performance and beautifully executed by Ugas and his coach.